Hey, what's up? It's Haley and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button below and turn on post notifications so you never miss any of my posts. So today, I have a story time for you. It's about Zozo, the Ouija board demon, and how he's harassing me and how I need help. Both mentally and then with Zozo. I'm a mess. Can't you tell by my hair? Okay, so to get this story started, we have to go all the way back to the beginning when I first started playing Ouija board. Back in October 2017. And so me and an old friend, and for reasons, we're going to call her Amy, we got this Ouija board. And if you don't know, one of the #1 rules is don't play in a cemetery. And so, as we were buying it, we had bought it with the full intention of playing it in a cemetery later that night. So, that's where it went wrong. So, after we bought it, we first tested it out at her house to see if it would work, because neither of us fully believed it would work, but we low-key thought it would. It didn't work there. So, we proceeded to go to the cemetery. And while we were at the cemetery, it's a military cemetery. We were sitting in like the military area, I guess. We're gonna call it that. So the first spirit we contacted was an actual spirit. I don't remember the name it gave us, but Amy proceeded to make it mad by asking how it died, which you're not supposed to ask because obviously it makes them mad. So then we asked again if there was any more spirits who would come talk to us, and nothing came through. So I had the bright idea to say, are there any bad spirits who would come talk to us? And it immediately went to yes. And so we played around with that for a little bit. We asked it its name, and it spelled out Amble. After we messed with Amble a little bit, we talked to a few more bad spirits, and the cops showed up, so we left. And after that, we went to the university here, because they are super haunted, and we played it in the kitchen there. And while we were there, Amble came through again. And then it kept switching spirits, but now that I think back on it, it was just Amble messing with us, because Amble wanted out of the board. No matter what, he was going to get out of the board. So at some point, we asked it to make a noise, and there were 2 loud beeps in like the little room we were in. That weren't there. We were there for an hour and we didn't hear anything. And so we said goodbye and we left. The next day, I was at home and I have a whiteboard on my wall. And I was in the other room and all of a sudden I heard this loud crash and I came back out and my whiteboard was off the wall and like thrown to the other side of my window, which it shouldn't be because it doesn't work like that. Even if it came off the hooks and it swung, it wouldn't land where it landed. I hung it back up, and then it happened almost immediately again afterwards. And so I just left it on the ground until recently. And then for the first time in years, I was sleeping, and this was the next night after like playing with the Ouija board. I had a nightmare, which I don't have. And it was like this dark force just ripped my blankets off of me. And like I couldn't scream, I couldn't do anything. It could have been sleep paralysis, let's be honest. But I don't know. All of a sudden all these like good things were happening to me. I wasn't getting sick, I felt like I was on top of the world. And so I told myself, like jokingly, I have a demon attached to me. Like that's cool, like he doesn't do anything. It's like I would hear weird noises in my apartment and I didn't prior, and I lived here like 3 months. Yeah, I convinced myself that I had a demon attached to me. I convinced everybody I had a demon attached to me. And so the next week, we went back to the cemetery to play the Ouija board again. And this time, Zozo, the Ouija board demon, came through. Everybody says, like, be afraid of Zozo, don't mess with him. But at this point, I hated my life. I proceeded to ask Zozo like a bunch of questions and mess with him for a bit, and he said he was friendly, like we shouldn't be afraid of him or anything. And so that was the first time contacting Zozo, was back in October 2017. And then every time I played the Ouija board after that night, Zozo would come through. That's where it all began. It was just any time a Ouija board would be out, Zozo would come through. Or the demon that was attached to me, who named himself Diablo. He wasn't the devil. Nobody panicked. Talked to him for a little bit. One night I decided to piss him off and wear a cross because he was pissing me off. He wasn't like doing anything cool. And he proceeded to possess Amy right in front of my eyes. And that was terrifying because the look she gave me was, "I'm going to murder you." And I was so, like, she does not remember giving me this look or anything. And I was so scared, like, I didn't play Ouija board for a little bit after that because I, like, or anything. And I convinced myself that anytime I wear a cross, something bad's going to happen to my friend that I'm with. Diablo left after he possessed Amy. And so I started going down again. Like, I started getting sick. I started just feeling less and less on top of the world. At that point, I was alone and whatever. And me and Amy stopped talking. But my other friend, Brenna.
I don't care.
Brenna. She had a Ouija board. And she has never played it. She was too scared to play it. And I came around with the notion, oh no, it's a lot of fun to play. And one of the things it says is, don't get addicted to playing the Ouija board. And at this point in my life, I kind of was, because I wanted to play it all the time. So she's never played it before, and so I opened it, because she sent it home with me, and I proceeded to try and play it alone. Nothing came through. All of a sudden, like, all these weird noises that weren't in my apartment were back. And I left my kitchen for 2 seconds, and a pot that I had on the stove got slammed back onto the stove. And I came back in, and the pot was still where I left it and everything, so I was very concerned that I was haunted again. That night, that after that happened, Brenna came over, because this was going to be her first time playing the Ouija board. So she came over to play the Ouija board with me. Because, you know, you don't play Ouija board without an experienced Ouija board. And so as we were getting ready to, like, we sat down, and I warned her, I was like, this is probably not going to work, like, my apartment's not haunted. I was like, if it does work, then I have a demon attached to me again. And so we sat down, and we did 1, 2, 3, like, Ouija, we are here. And we asked if there was anybody here who would want to talk to us. It didn't move at first, but then it moved very slowly to no. So while we were sitting there, we heard a bag rustling in my bedroom. And I live alone. No windows were open. There's only one bag in my bedroom, and it's my trash bag. And so we heard that rustling. And so we asked if it was the demon. And it said yes. And so we asked what the demon's name was that was attached to me again. And it spelled out Amble. And so after we found that out, he did not like Brenna at all. And so he stopped talking to us, and then Zozo came through. We talked to him for a bit, but then we got bored because he wasn't doing anything. He's supposed to be a big, powerful Ouija board demon, like the most powerful. Stay away from him. Don't do this. And he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't blow out a candle. He wouldn't show us that he was there. Which, fair warning, anybody who watches this, do not ask a demon, or spirit really, to show you that they're there. Because that is giving them permission to use your energy and just all of this bad stuff. So after Zozo pissed us off for not doing anything cool, we left. And first we went to the cemetery where I first met Amble, and where I first played the Ouija and played it there. And the first and only spirit we talked to there, it wasn't a spirit, it was a demon. Because we asked, is there anybody there who wants to talk to us? And moved to yes. So we asked the age. We asked the age of the spirit. and it said 0. And for you, those of you who don't know, like, if on the Ouija board it says 0 or it does not give an age, that means that it was never alive. And that means it was a demon. And so the minute it said 0, I said, I'm done, and I said goodbye. Because as much as I mess with the demons, because I do, I have a problem. I didn't feel comfortable messing with that one. So we left that cemetery, and while we were driving to another cemetery, we played the Ouija board in the car again. Well, in the car while driving. Don't do that. Be safe. You're talking to something that wasn't Zozo, and Brenna, like, she got this, like, bad feeling and said we should say goodbye. Why am I covered in scratches?
Fucking crazy, dude.
Okay, so I know you guys couldn't see it from far away because I looked at the camera, but I have scratch there and there, and on the camera it looks like there's a third one forming, but I can't see it, like, in real life. I don't know where those came from. They, like, just got here because they weren't there a few minutes ago. Like, it's my arm, I would know. Okay, so, anyways, besides that demonic activity happening right here, right now, okay, Brenna got this, like, weird feeling in the car and said that we need to say goodbye. So, we said goodbye, and then she told me, like, she was like, I don't know, I just felt like something bad was gonna happen. And, because I'm immune to these things, like, I mean, I have scratches on my arm that shouldn't be there, and I don't care. I didn't get that feeling or anything. So, we get to the next cemetery, and the only thing we talked to is Zozo, again, and he is just talking to us. Zozo did not like Brenna at all. We asked it what she could do to make him like her. And he proceeded to say, yes. So we asked within reason, and he went straight to no. And we asked, did you want her to kill herself? And he said yes. And that was the only way that Zozo was going to like Brenna. We said goodbye, because you have to say goodbye every time. Don't just leave it alone. We said goodbye again. 3 times. And now we went to a park near my apartment. And since we're so close to my apartment, the first thing that came through was Amble. Like, I don't know how it works with anybody else, but these demons will switch immediately. So we were talking to Amble one minute, and then the next minute we were talking to Zozo. And at this point, I was bored. I was annoyed. I wanted to talk to something new and exciting, and nothing new and exciting was coming through. So we said adios to the Ouija board for the final time that night, and we put it away. And then, skip ahead a few nights, and again, Zozo came through. So at this point, I've decided, because it's happened on multiple Ouija boards, that I have at least one demon attached to me. Could be 2, but I know that no matter what Ouija board I go to, Zozo's going to come through. And I don't know what to do. Should I be scared? Probably. Am I? No. But I do need help. So if anybody out there who watches this can help me get rid of a demon, or 2, that'd be pretty bomb. So that's my life of Zozo and other demons harassing me. And I mean, I have scratches, like, all over me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications so you never miss any of my posts. And, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and until next time, peace out.
It's feeling like I'm getting pinched.
Really?
Like, I thought it was just like an itch, but now it, like, happened, like, twice on my arms. I'm not fucking with this, right?
Fuck me!
What the fuck was that, dude? Clearly felt this. Like, I felt it, like, come to grab my skin. Like, I felt it.
You guys are getting live footage of us being harassed by my demons.